for 35 million pesos.
Yung 35 million na yun, that's the most basic operating expense. Parang enough na lang siya to pay for the fuel, for the maintenance of the vessel, yung bayad sa mga tao, manpower nila, electricity, tubig. Wala pa kahit 5 na binabayaran yung DOTR sa Tugo at wala pa rin kontrata kasi nga ang intention ni Secto Gale, kausapin pa yung principals ng Tugo to seek for further concession.
In a statement, Tugo Chairman Dennis Uy said the company will waive any payment coming from the Transportation Department. The Davao-based businessman helped fund the campaign of the president in 2016. Uy also clarified he was not part of the negotiations with the DOTR. The DOTR has made an assurance that they will respond to the needs of quarantined OFWs. The agency is also under negotiations with other shipping companies to augment the shortage of quarantine facilities. Gerard De La Peña, News 5.
The local government of Taguig is releasing a unified quarantine pass for its residents. This will replace the original passes that have been distributed by each barangay. Mayor Lino Cayetano says a citywide unified pass will facilitate better delivery of services, monitoring, and even contact tracing amid the pandemic. Officials will begin handing out the new passes this weekend. Each of the city's 277,000 families will only receive one pass, but any family member who does not belong to the vulnerable sector may use it for essential errands. New COVID cases went up as well as the overnight tally for fatalities in the Philippines on Thursday. After a couple of days of new infections coming in below 200, the daily count shot up to more than 270 today by 4 p.m. April 23. This brings the total coronavirus infections to almost 7,000. The overnight death toll also rose to 16. So far, more than 460 people have lost their lives to the SARS-like disease. There were fewer recoveries today as well. Less than 30 patients have recovered from the coronavirus infection in the past 24 hours. At the moment, more than 700 people have gotten better from the disease. The Quezon City Police District CIDU will lead the probe into a cop's fatal shooting of a retired Army soldier. But for the QCPD chief and PNP spokesperson Bernard Banac, what happened was an act of self-defense. Camille Samonte reports.
The relatives of former private class Winston Ragas are now seeking justice after he was shot dead by a police officer at a quarantine checkpoint in Quezon City. A video of the incident has gone viral online showing Ragas in an apparent standoff against authorities. The former soldier had his back against the police who were ordering him to yield. But instead of obeying, Ragas faced the officers and even dared them to shoot him. A few minutes later, the ex-soldier attempted to fish something out of his sling bag, an action that ultimately cost him his life. Authorities say investigators recovered a loaded .38 caliber pistol from his sling bag, but Ragas' family insisted Winston had no gun.
Gusto po namin ng hustisya po kasi po parang mabigat po ang kalaban kasi pulis po. Wala pong ginawa ang kapatid ko sa kanila. Willing pa nga po magpaposas. Pagtaas ng kamay, taas ng kamay. Base doon sa video, yung bag mo, nabaril na nga siya, inihagis niya pa kasi pinapahagis eh.
His relatives added Winston was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder from his time in service. The Philippine Army has already issued a statement confirming that Ragas was indeed a former soldier. The Army also added that he was discharged in January 2017 after being diagnosed with a mental disorder. Meanwhile, the Quezon City Police District reports that Ragas shooter, Police Master Sergeant Daniel Florendo Jr., has voluntarily surrendered. He is set to face criminal and administrative investigation for the incident. However, for QCPD Director Ronnie Montejo, Florendo's action was a judgment call. It was an act of self-defense. PNP spokesperson Bernard Banach echoed this sentiment, saying if we were to rely on the viral video alone, Florento did follow the rules of engagement before he opened fire. Banach assures the public that the QCP, the Criminal Investigation and Detection Unit, will do its best in finding out the truth. Joint Task Force COVID-19 Shield Commander Guillermo Eleazar also guaranteed a fair investigation and offered his condolences to Raga's family.
Maaaring hati ang ating impression or masasabi sa mga pangyaring yun. Gusto ko pong sabihin, ng ating PNP po ay lahat siya nagdaan sa training. At because of that, sila po ay magiging responsible and accountable sa anumang dapat nilang gawin. So, yung pong ginawa niya ay masasabi na through his self-defense instinct ang mga pangyaring yun, pero yun po ay ating pang-iimbestigahan.
Despite this, Winston's family has decided to file charges against the policemen who were involved in the incident. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
When we return, COVID survivor Senator Sonny Angara shares the reasons why he and 13 of his colleagues decided to ask for the resignation of Health Secretary Francisco Duque III. That story and more when the special coverage on the coronavirus crisis returns. Good evening. You're still watching the special coverage of the coronavirus crisis using the combined forces of News 5 and Signal TV's One News, Radyo 5 and 1PH. Senator Sonny Angara revealed how he and other senators came up with a resolution that sought for the resignation of Health Secretary Francisco Duque III. Angara, now a COVID-19 survivor, also lays down how the Senate will carry on with their tasks once session resumes on May 4th. Mean Los Baños joins us live from Pasig for more details. Mean, ano yung sinabi ni Senator Angara tungkol dun sa karanasan nila and how they came up with the decision calling for the resignation of Duque?
Alam mo, Jess, dinetalye nga ni Senator Sani Angara yung kanyang, na isang COVID-19 survivor, yung kanyang karanasan dito sa paglaban sa nakakahawang sakit na ito. At ikinuwento rin niya, paano nga ba nakapagdesisyon yung 14 na senador kasama siya sa pagsumite nitong resolusyon na humihiling ng agarang resignation ni DOH Secretary Francisco Duque III. 8 araw na na-confine sa ospital at nagbayad ng 400,000 pesos ng tamaan ng COVID-19 si Senador Sani Angara nitong Marso. Mahirap daw ang kanyang naranasan. Madalas daw siyang nahihilo, nagsusuka at walang ganang kumain dahil sa lakas ng mga gamot niya noon.
Very lonely and kind of, you're not very hopeful at the start, but when you come out of it, you're very grateful to the health personnel who took care of you, and you realize what a tough job it is. I think that's the first learning. And the second is, I was in a private hospital. So I was wondering if our countrymen get the same level of care in the public hospitals. Although I'm confident with a hospital like PGH and the other specialized DOH hospitals like the Lung Center.
Nang gumaling si Angara, isa siya sa 14 na senador na pumirma sa resolusyon para pagbitiwin sa pwesto si DOH Secretary Francisco Duque. Bago raw magdesisyon, naging mahaba ang mga debate ng mga kasamahan niya. Isa raw kasi sa tanong ay kung tama ba ang timing ng ilalabas na resolusyon.
The status quo was unacceptable, and we could not kind of have business as usual or proceed at the pace that we were proceeding at. We felt there was a lack of urgency, a lack of speed, a lack of foresight, lack of being proactive on the part of the DOH, not the hospitals down below, not the constituent units, but on the part of the leadership. That's why we called specifically for the resignation. 14 senators signed the resolution calling for the resignation of Secretary Duque, and failing that, at least to kind of send the message that, hey guys, this isn't good enough.
Kwento ni Angara, dismayado ang mga senador sa kakaunting COVID testing na isinagawa ng DOH noong mga unang linggo ng krisis. Kulang na kulang din daw ang contact tracing. Salat din ang kagamitan sa mga ospital. Bilang dating chairman ng Senate Finance Committee, alam daw ni Angara na pinaglalaanan nila ng malaking budget ang DOH na umaabot pa ng 200 billion pesos. Pero bago pa man ang pandemic noong Marso, may question na raw kung paano ginagastos ng ahensya ang kanilang budget. Nagkulang daw si Duque sa pamamahala sa mga ospital kaya nagulantang daw sila sa pagkalat ng sakit.
So that's the situation pre-pandemic or pre-coronavirus. And now, I think with the coronavirus really in full bloom or close to full bloom or close to its peak, we're seeing the weakness of this lack of granular information, in fact, and the weaknesses of the past coming back to haunt us in a sense. So, but because of, I guess chronologically we started with the current events, and so with the weaknesses on mass testing, on contact tracing, on basically being, and the lack of PPEs, things like that, and he put a gag order on all the hospitals. We said these are reactions of someone maybe who doesn't want to take control of the situation and doesn't want to be a problem solver. I think we need a problem solver and we need a crisis manager at this stage of the game, So we felt that was lacking. Again, nothing personal against the secretary, but it's a very unusual time, and perhaps it called for special talents as well.
Alam mo, Jess, sa May 4, nakatakda nang mag-resume ang sesyon ng Senado, pero ayon kay Senator Sani Angara, wala pang pinala desisyon ang mga senador. Ano bang mangyayari? Physically present ba sila sa session o virtual session ang mangyayari o postpone mismo yung session dahil nga, lalo kung hindi ma-lift yung ECQ dito sa NCR, pero nauna nang sinabi ni Senate President Soto, hindi pwedeng baguhin ang petsa ng resumption ng sesyon, lalo't yan ang nakalagay sa loob ng legislative calendar. Jess?
Man, would conducting a virtual session be very crucial, especially since you have Senate rules identifying na kailangan physically present yung mga senador, especially when voting on a measure or sa isang panukalang batas?
Tama ka, Jess, kasi nakalagay sa Senate rules talaga, dapat physically present sila. So, depende sa magiging desisyon ng mga senador, baka i-relax nila or i-suspend nila yung rules para payagan kung sakasakaling virtual session yung gagawin nila. Anyway, sabi ni Senator Sani Angara, yung special session na ginawa weeks ago para aprobahan yung Bayanihan Act is pwede naman na may ibang hybrid ang nangyari. May ibang mga senador na nasa session hall, may ibang mga senador na work from home at tatawagan na lang sila kapag certain pending bills, Jess.
All right. Thank you very much, Mel Los Baños, reporting to us live from Pasig. Now, being quarantined at home can really test one's patience, especially if you're separated from family and friends. But talking to them on the phone or chatting with them online somehow eases the burden and assures us that we're still connected even if we're apart. And that's how the Dawn frontman, Jet Pangan, felt when he revived a familiar song called Salamat. For the music icon, recording the song in this very difficult time reminded him of the importance of support from friends and family, especially if they're away. Even if things are far from normal, Pangan is comforted knowing that he's part of a song that can help people just hang in there and look forward to the day when they can go on with their lives without fear. Produced by Smart Communications, the revival of the 80s classic is a tribute to life's meaningful connections. It comes at a time when keeping in touch matters the most. The song is also an homage to those who continue to serve in these trying times. Let's watch this.
Salamat at tayo'y magkasamang muli. Salamat, paglipas ng pagsubok may darating na araw. Kay tamis ng ating samahan sa likod ng kalungkutan, tunay na kaibigan, kasamang maaasahan. Salamat at tayo'y may pinagsamahan. Salamat, tunay kong kaibigan. Salamat.
Coinciding with the launch of the video, the PLDT Smart Foundation and Smart have introduced a text-to-donate drive for our frontliners. Aside from them, proceeds from the activity will also be shared with communities that are bearing the brunt of the health emergency. If you want to be a part of this, it's easy if you're a Smart, TNT, or Sun subscriber. All you have to do is text donate space amount and send to 3456. Again, that's donate space amount and send to 3456. You can donate 10, 25, 50, 100, or 500 pesos. For example, if you'd like to share 10 pesos, you can simply key in donate space 10, then send to 3456. And that's the latest on the enhanced and expanded community quarantine in Luzon. For more updates, follow News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. I'm Jesse De Los Santos. We are One News.